Okay, forget everything you learned in Economics 101. We're constantly taught that the free market is perfectly efficient, right? That hard work automatically equals fair pay. But what if the whole system is completely different? Today, we're tearing down those textbook myths and exposing the hidden, honestly pretty harsh reality of the modern job market. Let me ask you a question. Do you actually think your salary is based on your skills and hard work? You probably think your paycheck is a direct reflection of your talent, those late nights at the office, and the tangible value you bring to the company. You think it's a pure meritocracy, don't you? Well, prepare to have your mind blown, 'cause wrong. It's a total face-slapping truth, but we really need to hear it. Your paycheck is absolutely not determined by fairness. It's dictated by leverage. It all comes down to your boss's bargaining power. This is basically a rigged game of who needs whom more. And let's be real, most of the time, the company holds all the cards. So on one side, you've got the textbook myth, perfect markets where everyone magically gets their exact fair share. And on the other, the hard reality, a landscape totally dominated by corporate power grabs and stolen value. And the best part is, we have the hardcore data in this explainer to prove that the textbooks literally lied to you. Check out this number. 34,209. That is the massive number of real-world manufacturing businesses tracked over an entire decade for the study we're looking at today, spanning across France, Japan, and the Netherlands. So no small samples here, no made-up theoretical models. This is a massive autopsy of actual global corporate behavior. All right, let's jump right into theme 2. Who manipulates the market? The first lever companies pull is monopoly pricing power. Now, what does that actually mean in plain English? It's just the ability of a company to slap a massive markup on a product simply because you, the customer, have nowhere else to go. They face absolutely no real competition. They set the rules, they overcharge, and they win. But the second manipulation, that happens right inside your office. It's workplace power. This is what happens when employers artificially suppress your wages. And why do they do it? Because they know the job market is tough. They know you don't have 50 other job offers just sitting around. They're literally using your lack of options against you. Which brings us to theme 3, workplace power games. So you might be wondering, how do researchers actually catch companies doing this? Well, it's just simple math. Step 1, they calculate your ideal value output. That's the exact revenue your labor brings in. Step 2, they look at your actual paycheck. And step 3, they expose the stolen gap. That gap between what you generate and what you actually keep, that is the exact mathematical measurement of your boss's power over you. Moving on to theme 4, the 3-country hardcore showdown. Let's put this into perspective. 86% of manufacturing industries in France and the Netherlands operate with massive monopoly pricing power. They absolutely dominate their markets. But Japan? Only 47%. The Japanese market is brutally competitive. Companies there can't just artificially inflate their prices. They actually have to fight tooth and nail for their customers. But here is the real kicker. Who actually keeps the cash? In the Netherlands, companies make monopoly profits, and the bosses just keep the whole pie. In Japan, the market is hyper-competitive. Profits are super thin, but the boss still dictates the wages. But France, this is wild. Companies make monopoly profits, but the workers actually force the bosses to share the pie. Let's look at the why in theme 5, the game behind institutions. Because here is the ultimate paradox. In France, only 8% of workers are actually in a union. That's incredibly weak, right? Yet an astonishing 95% of the workforce is covered by collective bargaining agreements. So through systemic, industry-wide legal pacts, French workers possess crazy efficient bargaining power. Without even paying union dues, they legally force their bosses to share the monopoly spoils. This explainer completely flips how we should look at business. The old economic focus was entirely obsessed with productivity. How do we make the corporate pie bigger? But this shifts the focus to what actually matters to you. Who holds the knife to cut the pie? Because a bigger pie literally means nothing if your boss eats the whole thing. Now, we do have to be totally fair here and point out a slight flaw in this study. The researchers admit to a bit of an academic blind spot. See, their model treats every single worker as exactly the same. It lumps the elite, totally irreplaceable tech innovator into the exact same bucket as a highly replaceable frontline worker. It assumes everyone has the exact same leverage, which you know from your life just isn't true. And that leads us right into our final section, Theme 6, Your Core Value. The researchers conclude the paper with an absolute mic drop quote. Market imperfections are the norm, not the exception, meaning the rigged game is just standard operating procedure. Your workplace is absolutely not a fair market. It is a daily, relentless negotiation of power. So I'm going to leave you with this final kind of provocative thought. Look at your own career right now. Look at your own industry. Do you hold the leverage? Are you an irreplaceable chip that the company desperately needs to survive? Or are you completely replaceable, just a leak waiting to be harvested by your boss? The data clearly shows the game is rigged. Now it's up to you to figure out how to play your hand.